You're listening to Mr. Credit on San Diego 1700 with local credit expert Derek Evans. Now, live in studio, Mr. Credit.
Sunny San Diego. We're bringing you the most important hour in radio. We're telling you everything they don't want you to know right here on ESPN 1700. Very special guest in the studio today, Zephyr Hill, with Goldberg Jones and 1-800-DIVORCE. How you doing, Z?
Top of the world, man.
Yeah.
Happy to be alive right now.
Yes, of course. That's what the sun will do. And, that's what people were running, head first into their garage doors the last few days, last few weeks, really. Because it's just amazing, how it changes the mentality of folks when the sun's out and when it's not. I mean, it's totally bonkers what happens to people. People get really pessimistic. Then all of a sudden the sun comes out. It's like, hey, the world's great.
Turn on my favorite tune, roll the windows down. Absolutely.
Beautiful. Great times. So, World Series action last night. Did you catch the game, by the way?
Hit and miss, but definitely caught, 70% of it or so. Fun game.
Yes, everyone had built this up as the biggest pitching duel. It was going to be 1-0. First team to score was going to win, 90% chance.
Not quite.
Not exactly. Not exactly. Game 2 is actually tonight. Coverage starts here, 4 o'clock, right here on ESPN 1700, so save the station in your dial. What I thought was interesting was that the Rangers did what they've done all postseason, jumped out to the quick lead, a lot of offense, fast, got runs on the board. And then what was more interesting was that the Giants, who are not known for their offense, have an offense similar to the Padres, came in and got double digits on the board. I mean, that was crazy.
And did it against Cliff Lee.
Against Cliff Lee.
Yeah, I mean, the Giants did what the Yankees couldn't do.
That's true. That's true. And the thing is with the pitchers, you can only pitch so many good games in a row. Mm-hmm. It's just all there is to it. You can only pitch so many good games in a row. Plus, when Cliff Lee was on in those games, all he was doing was creating a demo tape for these guys to study, for the past 5 or 6 days. So that also hurts a pitcher. He has to be constantly trying to change his stuff up. You can't just throw great pitches and get people out. Major league hitters will find the way to hit the ball, because in order for you to get them out, you've got to throw it over that plate, and they can cover that plate with their bat. And that's what happened. And then, of course, the bullpen did no better. And that was really what sent the Rangers down. And, they didn't have a great offensive game for them. Who you got, though? Who are you taking?
Ooh, what are the odds once you win the first game and you're the home team? I mean, I think you got to go Giants at this point. And,
okay.
For what it's worth, I'm doing the whole San Diego dance. Come on, Bochy, come on, NL West,
Okay, so hold on. So are you drinking the, we have to root for, hold on. We have to root for the Giants because the Padres almost beat the Giants and we're 12-5 against the Giants. Kool-Aid, is that where you're at?
No.
Okay, good.
More akin,
more Bochy thing.
More akin to really, I'll put it in football terms for myself, which is if you're not playing the University of Michigan, I'll root for any Big Ten team. I want the conference to be credible. I want it to be a good league. I want the rest of the nation to recognize that we're not the chumps they think we are. Mm-hmm. And I think this does bring us some credibility.
You think it brings
to San Diego, to the whole division, yeah.
Okay, good. Well, as long as you're not drinking that Kool-Aid, because I've been hearing that argument all over Sports Talk Radio that, we need to root for the Giants because, we could have beat the Giants. They're the ones who beat us, so we should root for them. I think that's just absolutely stupid. This doesn't make any sense. To me, it's, we should, if they win the World Series, we should have won the World Series. There's no comfort in that to me at all. I don't find any comfort in that.
Let's save that discussion for, spring training.
Yeah.
We can think that we're a better team than we are and have some fun with it early on next year.
It changes every year, so it doesn't even matter now. The season's over for the Padres, guys. Don't make any decisions based on Padres. I mean, I like the Rangers. I'm a Nolan Ryan fan. I'm a Josh Hamilton fan. That's where I'm staying. I'm sticking there, too. This first game didn't mean anything to me. I think the Giants scored probably their series worth of runs last night, and they might be done on the offensive side. You got to remember, their batting averages, when you compare them to the Padres, are very similar. I mean, they are not a strong offensive team. and the Rangers are, and they both have good pitching, so I'm going to still go with the Rangers. That game 2 tonight, 4 o'clock, is when the pregame starts right here on ESPN 1700, so save the station in your dial. Did you happen to catch the Lakers get their rings?
I did not see it.
Didn't see the Lakers get their rings?
I'm aware they got them, though.
Okay, Lakers got their rings. They did do something very unique, and I thought this was really cool with their rings. It's never been done before by NBA champions. Did you hear about this? Okay. The Lakers, and each one of their rings, there's 60 rings that were given out to players, personnel and things like that, and there was tiny cut-up pieces of the Game 7 ball inserted in each ring.
Nice.
I thought that was pretty cool.
Absolutely.
Now that is what I'm talking about, because they keep. Well, what keeps happening is they keep blinging these things out. Have you seen a Super Bowl ring lately?
Yeah.
It's like $1 million ring. I mean, they're crazy. So it's like you can only bling so far before you have to put it on 2 fingers. In this case, I think they did something that wasn't that expensive, that was really cool, and I think that is a tradition that should live on, honestly.
Absolutely.
Now, that also, we just got to have a ton of cool stuff to talk about today. Mr. Credit Radio, ESPN 1700. Next Batman movie is in the works, going to be shot this summer. Have you heard the title? Do you know what the title is?
I don't.
Do you have a guess?
No.
Listen to this. The last one was called The Dark Knight, right?
Okay, yep.
The sequel to that, or the next one, is going to be called The Dark Knight Rises.
Okay.
Clever, huh? I have more taste in my... I'm telling you right now, that's so weak. Come on, guys. You're talking about a hundreds of millions of dollars franchise for Batman, and that's as good as you can come up with.
How many years has it been? It took 4 years to figure that one out?
I think that was an 2008 movie.
Oh, okay, so a couple of years.
Just a couple, but they were probably, I mean, they've been working on it for a long time, I imagine. Mm-hmm. I just thought that was so weak.
What's he rising from?
Well,
didn't he finish on top?
No, he finished as the villain, remember? Because he had to be the villain in order to not make Harvey the villain at the end of the first one. The guy who was Two-Face.
Okay.
He had to pretend that it wasn't the bad guy, and Batman had to take the fall for him, so now he's going to have to rise from that. So, I mean,
all right.
Kind of know what's going to happen. It should be really well produced, and it's probably going to be a really good movie. But, it is what it is. As far as the NBA is concerned, though, is it too early in the season to care about the NBA? I'm an NBA playoffs guy. I mean, the NBA games, especially early on in the season, you see people not even getting a lot of minutes. Even like LeBron and those guys, they're not even getting a lot of minutes. I mean, that's weak, in my opinion.
Yeah, they don't call it preseason, but it might as well be. I mean, I don't know if the first 20 games matter too much. And it's the NBA is just more predictable than NFL or MLB. You pretty much know the top 6 teams already. You got a pretty good idea who's going to be making the playoffs, who's going to...
How could that be, though? They have the salary cap, the same as the NFL, but it's the same teams every year that are good. That doesn't make sense. I mean, it's not like the salary cap is low and people aren't getting paid. Don't get me wrong, they are.
You only need, 3 good players, 3
or 4?
Yeah, so it's... and they keep them together. They actually don't move around so often. You get Kobe and a couple good guys around them for a decade. They're not going to just all of a sudden be crappy the next year.
I guess that's true. The contracts are longer, and the benches aren't exactly that deep. I mean, there aren't a lot of NBA teams with deep benches. Anyway, for me, it's too early. I can't get into the NBA until it's coming down the stretch, and people have something to play for. The problem, once again, my problem with all these salary athletes is that they just don't have the incentive. I mean, I think all athletes should be on commission. That's my opinion. Now, you give them a small base. But give him a commission. Hey, every point you score, you're going to get $1,000. How good do you think Shaq would get at free throws if he was given $1,000 for every one he made, or $10,000, whatever? I don't know how much money these guys make. I can't quantify all that.
Barkley still couldn't swing a golf club. I don't know if Shaq could make a free throw.
Well, you'd find out.
Right.
That's the only way to find out. We put a guy on salary and go, and it's known that he stinks at shooting free throws. What incentive does he have?
Yep.
Hey, we're paying him $10 million a year, and he shot 56% last season, so. What do we expect?
I'll give you the devil's advocate.
Go ahead.
Because I'm with you. I like to see him playing hard. I like to see him running hard, not worrying too much about injury, really trying to win every game. And you get that in the playoffs.
True.
But the other thing you get in the playoffs is that clamp down defense, the strong elbows, and that's fun. but it's not, Showtime, and it's not all this pizzazz and fun. And sometimes it gets a little boring with the 85-point games instead of the 110-point games.
Okay.
So the regular season can just be kind of a fun thing. They really get to show off
Offensive.
their talents.
Yeah, it's mostly offensive.
Yeah.
I get that, and it is a business. Make no matter. I mean, it is a business, and no matter which way you cut it, and they're going to make their money, and they're going to do everything they can to do that. Zephyr Hill in the studio today, Mr. Credit Radio, ESPN 1700. Z-Man is with Goldberg Jones here in San Diego. 1-800-DIVORCE is the phone number. And if you call the number 1-800-DIVORCE, what actually happens is you get free advice over the phone with you directly. The Z-Man, you get to talk to Z, get free advice, whatever the situation might be. Doesn't matter if it's a separation situation, a divorce situation, child custody, what I call alimony payments. I know you have a new word for that, but I just can't get past the alimony. What is it called again?
Spousal support.
Spousal support payments, custody, whatever it may be. Family law. You want to talk to somebody who's a down-to-earth, cool dude. Zephyr Hill is the guy. Goldberg Jones. The number is 1-800-DIVORCE for your free phone consultation. Figure out what the plan is. Strategize. Get a plan put together, and then move on to execute it as the time is right based on your individual needs. And let me tell you something, fellas. I'm working personally with Goldberg Jones, and I can tell you I've done the hard work. I went out, I did the interviews, I found the best in San Diego, and I could not be happier, honestly. And thank you for that, Z, by the way.
Really glad to hear that.
It's really been an awesome experience, and very simple, straightforward, piece of cake, and that's what people need, because there's other things going on to worry about that are more important than the paperwork and doing all that. You guys handle all that stuff, and that's just great. So 1-800-DIVORCE is the number for your free phone consultation at Goldberg Jones. You will talk with the managing attorney, Zephyr Hill, when you make that call. Now, when we come back, we're going to talk. I want to get into the NFL. Do you want to talk about the NFL a little bit?
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. What about college football?
Love it too, but I'm wrapped up in the Big Ten.
You're just all wrapped up.
I'm trying to learn the Pac-10. I've been here long enough.
Hey, the Big Ten is what's going to be the Big 12, or what are they going to do?
Yeah, basically.
Big Ten's going to have 12 teams. The Big 12's going to have 10 teams. I don't know what they're doing. They're all crazy. Anyway, we're going to talk some football when we come back. Also, there was a time traveler caught on tape. I'm going to tell you all about the story of the time traveler caught on tape when we come back. Mr. Credit Radio, ESPN 1700.
If you have questions about your credit, call 858-673-4299. That's 858-673-4299 to speak with Mr. Credit, or go to MrCreditRadio.com.
I've worked with plenty of different mortgage companies in San Diego, and while there are some who do a great job, there is only one that I can say is truly the best in the business. The Craig Sewing Lending Group provides an experience and expertise in real estate financing that is absolutely second to none. I've known Craig for a dozen years, and I know you would be satisfied working with him. Call 888-880-9500. That's 888-880-9500, or go to craigsewing.com if you're interested in buying real estate in Southern California. It's also worth considering the terms on your loan if you already own property. Rates are at levels that just absolutely boggle the mind right now, and chances are you could save some easy money here. Call Craig Sewing today, 888-880-9500, and tell him Mr. Credit sent you. That's 888-880-9500, or online at craigsewing.com.
The Citizens continue to strive for better technology for the country to ensure security for everyone. The citizens also expect their personal rights to be protected as well. The government will continue to fight for the rights of the citizens. This message is brought to you by the federal government.
If you're facing a divorce, custody, or child support issue, don't go it alone. You need the professionals at 1-800-DIVORCE to help protect your rights.
This is Rick Jones of the law firm Goldberg & Jones. Selecting the right attorney for your divorce is one of the most important decisions a man can make. Even though your case may last only a few months, the impact lasts a lifetime. Our firm represents husbands and fathers in divorce, custody, and child support cases.
Call 1-800-DIVORCE. Get your phone questions answered at no charge. That's 1-800-DIVORCE, serving the entire greater San Diego area.
Call Call 1-800-DIVORCE.
Are your wages being garnished? Are you sick of seeing your paycheck be less than what you really earned? If you have any judgments that might be garnishing your wages and you would like to make it stop, filing for Chapter 7 bankruptcy relief could allow you to eliminate any judgments and all of your credit card debt. And more often than not, you'll have a much higher credit score afterward. Mr. Credit recommends you speak with William McDonald and the McDonald Legal Group.